Here we're going to have a look at an exam question using an ellipse and a tangent to an ellipse. Okay, so we're given a directrix of focus and this vertex and the line of eccentricity. Okay, so this is not so bad, and we're also asked to draw a tangent at a certain point. Okay, well, let's have a look at where we're going to go. First things first, it'd be useful to get the other vertex. And they've actually given us quite a big hint here saying, oh, that's how I got this one, which is, of course, then we're going to come over here and get the other vertex. All right. So again, that's just a 45-degree angle going up. So there's my other vertex. Fine. I know that my latest rectum here is going to give me a point on the ellipse. Okay, it's worth knowing. And again, the reason is, of course, my ratio of the directrix to the point in the ellipse, and my focus to the point in the ellipse gives me the eccentricity line. Okay, that's why that works. I'd nearly kind of say begin to know it. So let's see, it would be useful to get another little point in here because that's a bit of a big arc. And then we just need a whole series of points along the way. So let's just take a point anywhere along there. I normally go a little bit closer to the vertex. You just see it makes it a bit easier. So we'll come back here, find our compass. We'd carefully prepared ahead of time. And we'll go draw this. So this goes in from the focus. Now, you're going to have a few of these ones here. So, get the pin right into the drawing board so you're not shredding your paper. And there we go. So we're just going to bring that back there. And this is, of course, is my distance from the focus to the point coming right back there. All right. There we go. Okay, so that works nicely. You can see a little bit of an arc. So we'll do the rest of them. These ones are kind of easier to do with if you do them as a batch. All right. So again, we don't even really need to measure these, just fairly evenly spaced. Across we go. And again, I'm going to get one a little bit closer to the vertex just to help me as the ellipse comes down. There we are. Bring each of these guys back. And the reason we're bringing them back is just to make it easier to draw. All right. On each of these lines, that gives us the distance from the directrix to the point. Okay, because anywhere along that line between the directrix and the pencil is the same. Okay, this height then, when you get to the line, is the distance from the focus to the point. So we need to copy that across and bring it here. Now you could just keep copying and repositioning and so on, but it's just a bit easier with the compass if you track the lines back here, because you can do them all in one go. So that's all that bit of construction is about. So we'll come back from this point here. There we are. Here. Now just as a little tip, while you don't need to draw the whole arc, it's kind of no harm because it can be easy enough to just get confused between the different arcs, especially as we get over to the right. So I'd often put the whole one in and you can track any mistakes very easily yourself then. These are all nice light constructions. You can see it's beginning to peak there and kind of come back down. So if we put some of these dots in, the center of it will be about there. I could have found the center if I wanted by bisecting the vertexes, but I don't think I need it. And there's our last one here, right down like that. And there we go. Okay, and if you feel you need another point when you go to draw it, just go back and put another point in. So now we'll draw this. Just like any of our stuff in junior cycle, we would have drawn them kind of lightly. Remember, it's tangent at this point. Find the curve, and then you can go over it heavy. So I'm holding the pencil a little bit down like this so I can get a longer sweep. It stops the line being so fiddly. And just kind of a little sketching here, so you can begin to find the line. Okay, so there it is there. And once I can see it as a construction line, I'll go over it heavy and draw this. Now, if you're doing this in an exam, you'll have 12 minutes to do this. You can see if you know what you're doing, you really don't need 12 minutes. So this is the good news about this. Now, that's part one done, okay? Second focus, we need to, if we look at this here, we also need to locate the second focus. So this is a good reason to read the exam questions. I haven't drawn this in quite a while, and actually no harm, because I kind of go back on this, and one of my little cross checks after I finish a drawing is say, hang on, did I get it? Second vertex, didn't get that guy. Now the second focus, easiest way to do this one is, well, the whole thing is symmetrical. So the distance between the vertex and the focuses is the same. So just mark that off with our compass. There we go. And I'll let you draw a little bit of line just to make sure I know where the compass is touching. And there it is. And that's F2. So that only took a second. But it's an easy one to skip over. Draw the top half of the curve. That's grand done. Tangent at a point which is 70 millimeters from F. Okay, so 70 millimeters from F. Let's set our compass for that. And so it's on the curve, 70 millimeters from F. There it is, quite coincidentally, nearly right at one of my points. So there is my point. Okay, we'll call that point P. So that's my 70 mil arc, how I found it. Now, you got two options here. You can go with your old junior cycle option if you like, where we did a line from the focus to the point, a line from this focus to the point, bisect that and off you go. That'll work just nicely. I only have one of these drawings here, so I'm going to go with our other method, our kind of more leaving cert method, which also works fine. So we're going to do a line here. We'll do this in orange just so you can see it a bit more clearly. So we're going to go from the point to the focus. This is slightly quicker. There's not a lot in it, but it is slightly quicker. Okay. And we need a perpendicular line. You know, a longer perpendicular line than that. We'll just reset. And that goes all the way up here to the directrix. Okay, so that is 90 degrees, or perpendicular. And from there, we connect these two. You're going to get a treat of that in orange or in green, but I don't know where my green has gone. So we connect where that hits the directrix to our point. There's our tangent. Okay. A little less work than bisecting lines, but again, not much in it. As you can see, we're at 7 minutes now out of the 12 we had available. That's even with me faffing around looking for the green pencil. So, you know, it's good to have both of them as an option, but if you ever get stuck, you do have options.